Alright, well, I decided to just do the tier list already, even though the poll was just released yesterday. But, I mean, a lot of people were voting for yes. So, right now, I'm going to be doing tier lists based on the weapons in Fortnite. Um, do keep in mind, though, this is totally on my opinion. If you have another opinion on where these guns should be, please just be nice about it in the comments. All right, and the way we're going to be doing this, we're going to be ranking. We're going to go in the order of when the weapon was released. So let's start. So right now we have the pump, the OG pump. I remember playing this a lot back at chapter 1 and so on. I know you can't one pump, you can't double pump anymore. It's a good shotgun and all in all. Good basic one, a blue pump. So, and I know, and I'm gonna sound nice, but like, come on, it's OG. You're gonna put. I'm just gonna leave it an S. Now the spaz. When the pump used to one pump with this, I actually hated it going up against people with this. So, and it's just not the same after they nerfed it to 185, which was actually kind of good because I just hated one pump shotties. I know. I'm just gonna put it though in A tier because it just doesn't have the same feel as an OG pump with the sound. All right, next is the tack, the blue tack, or purple tack if you were OG back then, like chapter 1, season 2 OG. That's how I remember the purple tack in this form. Really good shotgun. I remember getting buffed a while back, like a long time ago, and it still does damage. It could still rival the pump, but the blue tack just doesn't do as much. So, and it's barely used because people like the gold one better. So I'm gonna put it in B for time being. Now the gold tech, it's a whole different story. I actually love using this gun in the free for alls. I do wish Epic brought it back to the game. And I know a lot of pump users are going to be mad at me, but yeah, I'm putting it in S. Can I? Okay, yeah. All right. Next is the OG heavy shotgun. This is from season 3, chapter 1. We're not talking about the chapter 3 one. Yeah, but this is the one that had 7 shots and it actually had a spread. It's no longer in creative anymore unless if you play pit. It's still in the pit. It's just you can't make maps with this gun anymore. They removed it along with the P90. So and to be honest, when I use this, it's when I first used it, I thought like, oh, this might be a good shotgun. It has more range than a pump and attack. Um, to be honest, it's been on a down, it's been on a decline ever since. But it still gets the job done. It's just gonna be it's just in the middle. Yeah. All right. Next is the double barrel shotgun. This thing is broke. This thing was busted, I think, on release. It's still kind of powerful, but not as powerful as it is. So I'm just gonna, but and like I barely see it. I don't know. But maybe when Epic decides to bring it back, we'll just figure it out. I'm just gonna leave it in B tier. The combat. Now this would have been an automatic S tier if Epic didn't nerf this thing to oblivion. Remembering in chapter 1 where you were able to snipe people with this gun, you had like 10 shots instead of the 8 that we get right now. It's still here in chapter 4. It's been here since it came back like last season as an augment, and now it's actually in the game. And I think it was around in chapter 3 as well for a bit, for like a short period of time. But it's just not the same. It's not bad, but it's not that good. I mean, yeah, you know what? Yeah, a B tier would fit this because I mean it works. It's a good long range gun, shotgun. The drum shotgun. If people say that this gun is good, you're only because you're gonna spray it. I'm sorry, I don't like this gun at all. Nobody does. If you've ever played a free for all map like Vault, if you ever play that map, you'll find probably one guy every 10 matches will use the drum shotgun, have instant reload on. This was before the big overhaul with the vaults instant reload thing, and when the coin system was, he added the coin system. So I'm actually just gonna plop it down there because it's just not really fun to go up against, and it's just so annoying. Yeah, I hate the drum. Sorry. This is the blue charge. The blue charge nobody uses, and it's just not noticeable. It's just gonna go in D tier. I mean, it's not as bad as the drum, but it's just not that good. Now the purple gold mythic charge shotgun. This is the one that has one extra shot. It actually can get the job done. It does a lot of damage in when you fully charge it up in the head. I think a purple one nearly one shots someone if you're point blank, headshot, and full charge. I'm just gonna actually slap in an A tier because why not? Okay, next is the Dragon's Breath. The only good thing is by setting builds on fire. I'm sorry. It shoots all 4 shots at once. You have to wait like 10 years to reload. It can do damage, but like you only get 1 shot, so okay, the lever action, this is just like the newer pump and tack. Basically, it does a lot of damage and it's just really, really good. And a lot of people will be using it, so a lot of people, a lot, like a handful of players I know will use the lever action in certain maps. I actually don't mind if Epic brought this gun back. Like seriously, it would be awesome. Okay, the makeshift shotgun. Now, this is a question. This is probably a arguable decision with this gun. Now, the makeshift shotgun on release. What if I made this tier list back in Chapter 2, Season 6? This gun would all be all the way down here because was the worst gun to use. 2 shots, barely any damage, only used for crafting. I would just go find animal bones or mechanical parts just to get a pump or a primal. But they did buff it. They buffed it after a while to have 3 shots now instead of 2, but it still didn't do a lot of damage. Fast forward to 2022, I think, and I'm out here playing Pit, typical, and I find the makeshift. I'm like, maybe I'll give this a try. And next thing you know, I was on a rampage. So they might have buffed the makeshift after vaulting it, and nobody knew. This actually makes it all the way up to A. All the way to A, if I can. Yeah. It's not S tier because its only downside is it has has a very low clip size of 3. And the only reason why I would also use it is because it does actually more damage to the body point blank than a gold tack, but not a lot of headshot damage than a gold tack. The blue one does 98 body, 120 in the head. It fires fast, almost like a tack, but it just has a terrible clip size of 3. Alright, the primal shotgun. This is just like the same situation with the drum. Very annoying, spammable burst shotgun has way too much ammo in it. But no one, and yeah, it just deserves an auto F tier because it's just not as fun. It's not fun to be using a burst powered shotgun to get kills when you have like other shotguns that you could be using. This is now the auto shotgun. The auto shotgun is just a B tier because it's just a watered down version of the tack. It's basically the tack mixed with the combat in reload because you reload 2 shells at a time. And it does do a lot of damage, especially when there's a mythic. But the auto shotgun just doesn't. in my honest opinion, it does not stack up with the tack and the pump. Like it can fire faster. I think it fires faster than the tack. I don't know. I haven't used the auto in like a year. So yeah. The striker pump. It's also it's gonna be in the C tier because it's mid. It's Epic was trying to make a newer version of the pump. This is supposed to be the chapter 3 equivalent to the pump shotty, but the only problem was is that its hit fire rate was really slow. It took forever to like actually shoot it. And I think if you played on Switch, like at release, you would like have the like animation you would use to like pump it. It looked like it was a stop motion film. Like this was how bad the striker pump was. They did add a mythic. Didn't doesn't one shot, but it just isn't as the same as the pump. Now the newer heavy shotgun. This is just a long range. This is just meant to be a sniper. Um, it was here last season. Got vaulted because I guess nobody likes it. Um, I actually like I thought it was cool. I'll just leave it in B tier because like it's just an old heavy shotgun with two less shots, no and longer range, but it has to sacrifice its spread for a single slug shot it fires. So, and now this is the Ranger shotgun, aka and what I like to call the musket because of how it looks. It looks like a musket. Fires one shot. Basically a sniper. I remember like doing so much damage with it when it first came out, and then playing creative where like if you had instant reload, you could just spam this thing and you easily get the kill. I'm actually gonna throw it an S because of how its design looked, and I like that. And besides, I nicknamed it the musket, and it's just really fun. It's really funny to get kills with this thing from a distance. All right, this is the two shot. Um, it's not it's not a decent, it's not a bad shotgun, but it's not a good one either. I would leave it probably at C, but I'm gonna dink it down to D tier because of one thing, and it's because Epic has never fixed the visual glitch on it where like it would be facing downward on you. You're like holding it and it's like going through your arm straight down, like through the wrist, all the way through your hand. I don't know. It's hard to explain. If you want to know what I'm talking about, just go pick up a two shot and then just use it for a while and see what happens. The prime shotgun also D tier because people were using this back then, so they could use the mythic to get like a 195 headshot point blank range. This was really annoying, and I actually hated it because people were using this to mix with an SMG, and I really just didn't want it to deal with them. It literally, it was going on for about 3 months, I want to say, before they added the Havoc pump. So yeah, it's just D tier because I just don't like how it is. I liked it in the beginning. I would have bumped it to C, but now I noticed how people are just using it. This is the Evo Chrome. This gun was only in one season, and it was 2 seasons ago for us. It was the Chrome season. Um, I actually, unironically, I actually like this gun. A lot of people hated it for some reason. They thought, oh, it doesn't do enough damage. Well, that's because you gotta upgrade it. You gotta upgrade it by doing damage to someone. And the way it actually shoots horizontally. So like all of the shells, they fire in a horizontal line. I don't know how. Okay, this is also really hard to explain. If this thing was in creative, I would show you. But I think it's not in creative because like Epic would have to figure out how this is gonna work because it has to upgrade when you do damage. I'm actually gonna leave it in A tier because I actually like the design. And I actually liked the concept of a gun upgrading every time you did damage. I wish we had more of that. All right, the Thunder Shotgun. The Thunder is just in the same boat as the Striker. I don't not mean to put in D. It's it's just like the Striker. The only problem is the Thunder is a literal mix of like I think three guns in this game. It's a mix of the pump, high damage, the two shot or the combat or the auto, either one of those three, reloading two shells at a time. And it has the range of a combat or a ranger or a newer heavy, basically. That's what it is. I mean, it's not used as much in game because there's other pumps that people like to use for obvious reasons. But yeah, the Thunder is just mid. Right now, the Maven. Now, the Maven, the Maven's a hit or miss. Sometimes I think last season it was a hit or miss. Right now, it's actually a really good shotgun to have because it works. It just works. um, it's supposed to be the chapter 4 variant of the tack, so but it actually does get the job done. It does a lot of good damage. I'm gonna leave it an A tier. Oh, shoot. I'm trying to move it around. It's gonna be on par with the pump. To be honest, I like it more than the pump for some reason. There. All right. This is now the accelerant. Oh boy, you do realize I love this gun. It's gonna go in S tier. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I'm doing that, and I'm sorry that I'm probably gonna make every single Fortnite player who uses a pump shotgun really mad right now. That the fact that I put this thing, an auto shotgun, like a semi-auto shotgun that increases your speed, your firing speed, and your reload speed every time you hit a shot in S tier in front of the tack and the pump. Now, I personally still like the tack, but I just like the accelerant more. Does way more damage, has like a faster reload, especially when you hit your shots. And all you do need it. Both these two guns need two shots to kill in the head. I've done it before in free for alls. Sometimes it'll be three depending on your range, but yeah, it's just a good gun in general. I just put the Thunder, the Breacher. This is the newer heavy. This is from last season during the Heisted event. Still in the game. You just got to get it from. You could buy it actually from an. There's an NPC right now, but it spawns in one of three locations on the map. And if you give them 25 gold, you could buy a breacher shotgun. Yes, actually, an exotic weapon costing 25 gold. I don't know if that's supposed to be a bug or is that supposed to be a good thing. But it happened. It's actually real, and I think by the time this video is probably going to come out, Epic is probably going to fix it and now make that gun cost 250 gold. Good shotgun, one shots builds, get 5 shots then, so you can shoot down 5 builds with this thing. Really good damage. It's gonna go in A tier though because it's just the newer heavy. It's just the chapter 3 heavy shotgun. Okay, so you're probably wondering though why the dub is in this spot right here and not like with the chapter 2 guns. I forgot to I put it in the wrong spot. But I'm gonna be real with you, the dub sucks. No offense. It's D tier at least. It's not bad to be F tier. It does have its ups where like you could actually knock someone back or you could escape. I mean, I remember last season when you could combine it with soaring sprints and you could just fly to the top of the map and never have to come back down unless you had to. It was just okay, but you could also get yourself killed. It's just a double barrel mixed with a flintlock. Alright, and finally, the newest gun in the game, and in my honest opinion, the most brain dead shotgun ever to exist in Battle Royale. The Havoc. Everybody's now I'm sure all the pros are gonna say that I have a skill issue because of this. Listen, I just don't like this. I don't like it in Mythic because of the one-shotting still in builds. Zero builds, it doesn't one-shot. But I just don't think a one-pump shotgun is deserved to be back in Battle Royale anymore. It's just a weird gun. Like, why do we need it? And besides, like, its damage will sometimes never work if you try to one-shot someone. You're better off just using a Maven. I'm putting it in B tier because, well, I'm not gonna go any lower because if I go lower, I'm gonna get a bunch of hate comments probably. All right, well, this is the tier list. I don't have this. I have to scroll up and down because like this is a new tier list app I'm doing. I found. So, yeah. Now make sure you don't go in the comments saying anything bad. I want some actual good criticism, not very negative criticism. And comment down below, by the way, which other weapon type I should do next. Should I do the assault type weapon? Should I do pistols? Should I do SMGs, snipers, bows? I could do explosives, but there's not that much. But let me know in the comments. Okay? Thank you.